Good morning and welcome to Bricolage with Pink Girly. I've been moving stuff around in my room for well over a year, and some stuff still hasn't landed in its home yet. And I keep moving my scrapbook paper. I've got a couple of um, packs, mostly 12 by 12. This is an 8 by 8. Good morning, Gail. Hi, Barbara. Good morning. Good morning. And I keep looking at them and I keep moving them and I keep thinking, oh, I want to play with them. I want to do something with them. And I just don't. And then I forget. And then I move the box again. I look in there. I rummage around. And they're still mostly intact. I've got some really pretty ones. And so this is the 8 by 8 that I have. So I thought today I might fool around with this little pack. Really don't know which direction I'm heading, but I also love, as you know, envelope journals, and I love business reply envelopes. This one here got a little stuck together. I was going to, oh, it came up pretty easy. I was going to put some heat on that. I might end up gluing this back together anyway. A little while ago, I saw somebody messing around with different size envelopes. I don't know that they were business reply envelopes or BRE envelopes. You do that too, Barbara, and you also drop the container they're in and they go all over, and then every time you pick it up, it's just a new experience. I love that. So I didn't treat these, as you can see. A lot of times, somewhere I have a box. I think it's under my table behind me. And I put some coffee dye, coffee on this to dye them. And they kind of come apart. This one I did go in to keep together. Because I don't want, as I work on them, I don't want the bright white to show through. Hey, good morning, Raul. How you doing? Well, it's probably not morning for you, right? Oh, well, good day. Good day. Happy to see you. But this particular project, although I have no specific direction, I do plan to cover most of the envelope. And most of my envelope journals, I just slip the envelope inside. But this person that I saw doing something similar, she cut them and they were different sizes. They could have been just regular envelopes. I'm really not remembering. But there were like some halfers and she glued them on top of each other. I don't know. I don't know who it was. Could have been Susie Hines for all I know. I don't think it was. I don't think it was her though. So some of these now, see, this is just a window envelope. This isn't a business reply. But these other ones, this one's just a regular. See, and this guy's a little smaller, isn't he? Isn't he? So first thing I want to do is look through this paper pack and see how the papers look. You think you saw this? Gail, we have the same taste in a lot of things, I think. Yeah, it was really cool. I did start one. Where did I just put that? Let me grab that and I'll show you. I'll show you kind of, sort of what I'm talking about here. Let's see. I just had it. There we go. But today I didn't want to use a half-started project. But I can show you what I'm talking about. And I'm trying some different lighting, guys. I don't know if this will help. I was putting back a container that I had off of one of my shelves, and I saw this box stuffed behind another little filing box, and I pulled it out and I thought, oh, where is that little art light that I bought? I bought one, it was on clearance. I forgot my husband stole it. So I went and stole it back. So I added that. I did a test of just that light, and it was a little dark for me, but I could have managed. But I didn't see the popping of the camera. And then I put on my other light to see how the combo would work. And my test videos, they did good. So you'll have to let me know. So far, I'm not seeing any of the jumping. So I'm hoping. So it was kind of like this. See, and then this one, it opens up more like a concertina. So you have back flaps and and then you create other pockets. And then of course I stopped working on this, so now I really don't know what I had in mind. And I'm not remembering. Wishing and hoping and praying. I don't know if that was, I don't think that was the front. I think I wanted this to be the front. But anywho, and this paper pack is called, I believe, Atelier. Now, I don't know if this is an Italian and a French word. I didn't look it up in Italian. I only looked it up in French. And they say Atelier. But this is an amazing paper pack. Now that one, I think she's part of it. Let me see. I'm trying to find the front of in case you're curious. I have not seen the Little Mermaid. I don't really do Hollywood stuff anymore. Yeah, this is French. Atelier d'Art by Stamperia. It's beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Melody, there she is. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so let's get this back in here. Look at all these. Look at all those tubes of paint. Ugh, I love this paper. I love paper. Okay. And yarn. Oh, there's one of my Nina hearts she sent me. It goes with this paper. So I pulled out my tape gun. Of course, it needed to be reloaded. I reloaded it. I quick watched a video because I didn't want to struggle. I was running out of time. And there's a piece in here that's missing. I have it somewhere. I've moved it several times. I've seen it recently and thought, I know this goes to something. I know this goes to something. And today I discovered, oh, goes to that. Hello. Okay, so let's look at Stamperia. Welcome to everyone who's coming in, to the gentle listeners and those who might be working on their own project and listening and visiting with us, without chatting. That's fine. Glad to have you here. And we'll just see where we wind up with this project. All right, so I'm planning to use scrapbook paper today. I haven't worked with scrapbook paper in quite some time. And this is the Stamperia Romantic Collection Garden of Promises. And it's been a couple of years now. One of the gals was having a sale, and I don't remember her name. I know she's got like 2 or 3 daughters, and they had to move out of where they had their business, and she had like a half price sale because she didn't want to pack everything up and have to move it all. So it was kind of like a last minute thing. Oh, I forgot to put my little heart in with mine. I don't want to lose my little heart. I love those little hearts. So I picked up a couple of paper packs because, you know, I can't resist paper, among other things. I have a little bit of a drippy nose today. And my mom is here visiting too, so she's taking a little nap right now, but she might pop her head in, I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. So you've on this, if in case you're not familiar with Stamperia, I'm saying Stamperia. That's just what comes to my mind. It might be Stamperia, Stamperia. I don't know. You get 10 sheets of double-faced sheets in their 8-inch pack. And you might get that in the large packs too. But they have where their cover has a design on the back of it. So, you know, you can glue down, and you really can, a lot of times you can use the bottom portion or a portion of the front cover as well. So this is Garden of Promises. I'll just do a little walkthrough. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm the problem, Barbara. It may be that the paper is the problem in your case. And of course, I just really saw the front cover when I went to purchase it. Now, I like a couple of the larger paper packs that I have as well, but because I'm working on business reply envelopes today, I wanted something where the images were smaller. I also have a beautiful, I think it's called Blossoms or something like that, graphic 45, but it's 12 by 12, and the floral prints are enormous. They're huge. It's just, you would lose too much of what it looks like, you know, on a small surface. So I picked this one. If I have other 8x8s, I'm not remembering, and they're not stored in the same spot this was. So I thought this might be good. And I was thinking about doing something square to be able to utilize these properly without having to cut them up. But look how sweet this is. Nice, right? And here's some smaller stuff. Now this looks like the same design, but in brown, right? Yeah. So you've got a green option, and we've got a brown option. That's the back there, and then some smaller things to make little tuck-ins. And then, of course, you've got their information, their company information back here. And then on this side, you've got a nice sheet of paper that you can use. So I thought that was cool. And then I purchased this, I think, from the market. I might have colored this one with avocado, and I think this might be avocado as well. But see, it's got that nice design on it, so I thought that might come in handy with this paper. So the first thing I want to do is I want to lay out and figure out how I want to use my envelopes. Now, as I was saying earlier, my envelope, hey Joyce, good morning, journals, I usually tuck the envelope inside each other like this. And then I would tuck another one in here. But I'm not sure I want to do that today. All right, so these are my business replies. I want to see which ones are. Now these are just regular window envelopes, and I want the largest ones, I think, which would be those two. So let's just play around. Let's see if we can come up with a plan. Now, for the most part, I'm planning to cover these envelopes with the scrapbook paper. Now, of course, let's see. See, Lori didn't think about that, did she? These are bigger. All right, so if I have this for my basic plan, and this opens this way, I could put this one here for a flip out. I think I'd like this shorter one on the front, and I might cut this down even a little further. I could wrap that around, see, and then I have a pocket there. I have a flip out here. If I put this here, and I don't have to use them all. Oh, hi, Brenda. Brenda, I think I missed something. You're packing? Maybe I'll put this one aside. I kind of like the way this looks. All right, so if I do it this way, I had an iced coffee last night. Hubby's like, you always want to go get something. I'm like, I'm so thirsty for an iced coffee. And I like whipped cream on it. We didn't have whipped cream. All right, Brenda moves June 24th to Indiana. Oh, I don't know where you are, but I guess you're not in Indiana. Well, that's kind of exciting. Anyway, they're building a Dunkin' Donuts. It's almost ready to open. That's really just a stone's throw from our house. I'm very, very excited. And then, of course, that Dollar General is going to open too sometime. I hope this summer. And but the other Dunkin' Donuts isn't that far. It's like maybe I'll say 7 miles, 6.5, 7 miles, because the ShopRite is 6, and then it's just a little bit past that. And my mom didn't want a drink, but she was hungry for a muffin. Yeah, I'm pretty lazy though, Gail, so I wouldn't, because my husband said, yeah, but you won't go get it. And I said, yeah, I think I will, because I was just really thirsty for it. No Dunkins in Canada? Yeah, there aren't any in England either. When my bonus son was here, we used to hit up the Dunkins all the time to and from our ride back to school, back and forth to school. And In fact, I took him a Dunkin' Donut mug type thing, like an insulated drink thing when I went to visit last time. Bigby in Michigan. Anywho, we had a nice little treat yesterday evening. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. If I put this little shorter guy on the front, then I've got a pocket. This guy, 2 pockets. I could stitch some paper in here, couldn't I? And this can flip out. Pocket here, and if I do it correctly, there should be a pocket there. I think I'm liking that layout, but I'm wondering if I should go get I have my coffee mixed up. My hubs put it in a jar for me. Now that'll be a bit fiddly there, but there again, it's going to be covered with paper. And then if I want, I'm just thinking I should stitch, but if I stitch the paper in now, it might get in the way of me decorating and working with the envelopes. So I might either not put the paper in, or I may put it in after the fact. I think that might be a wiser decision. Yeah, well, pastries, I'm sorry to say, they're just so wonderful. I'm sorry, Gail, but you know that. All right, so I think I'm going to glue first, and then I'll go get my coffee, because what I'm thinking is when I start working with it, I don't know that I want to be fiddling around and trimming and cutting little pieces of paper in there. See, because I don't want that white to show. It's too white. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Brenda. I could move this up, couldn't I? That might be better in the center. All right, let's go for it. Okay, so let me see if I can remember, because I think I need to start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Okay, so, but I'm afraid I won't remember. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It can be whatever. All right, so let's get my little zhuzhy thing here. Hope you're all doing well. Mom and I had a little bit of an outing on Friday. We wore ourselves out. And I don't know about the windows. I'm not sure if I'm going to utilize that and leave them open. You know what I mean? So that you can see something tucked behind them. I just love the look of business reply envelopes. And I have a business reply envelope. I took a bunch of small ones and made a journal. Right now I don't have anything in it. I did show that not too terribly long ago. Now I want to make sure I snug that in there so it's not, so it folds nicely and isn't crooked. And I like using them for pockets and other kinds of journals and cutting them. And now this one, I think I want to make a little divot. a little tiny divot in there. Okay, that's the guy I'm using on the front. And then I used this guy here, but see, I want to make sure that stays a pocket. So I don't want to glue him. And if I put pages in, this is where they would go. So just wondering about cutting this back a little bit. You love the word divot. It's a little word, but it's so important when you need one. Yes, I remember. Who remembers? And I'm not remembering her channel name. A young gal. Her name is Sammy, and she colored beautiful coloring. She had all kinds of videos, and she lived with her significant other Andrew. I think it was Andrew in England. They're from England, and they got married. And I believe they've had at least one little baby. I don't know if they've had more, but she's, as far as I know, she's not um, on YouTube anymore. And I remember tuning in, and of course, she had this delightful little accent. I know Dee Dee would know who I'm talking about. Like her mom would come into Dee Dee's, and Sammy would sometimes. But I was watching her one time, and she she liked the word douchebag, and she kept saying douchebag, douchebag. It was a new word for her. Adorable. She was absolutely adorable. Okay, I have a small cutting board that I was bragging about the other day, and I used it in my out where my comfy chair is, and I don't think I brought it back. Well, heck. Well, heck. Or did I bring it back and not put it away? Let me just have a little look-see. Because I'm thinking I want to trim this out a little bit, and I don't cut very straight. Maybe I could draw a line. All right, let's see here. Maybe I'd like to bring it back like that far. And now I'm looking for a pencil. Do, 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 do. So yesterday, my mom was having a little bit of a rough day, so we just spent the day really sitting in the living room with her. And maybe I can use the scissors. And I decided I'd try to draw, but not use one of the tutorials from the academy, right, where I'm learning how to draw with color pencil. And I just picked out a picture of a cat and thought, oh, I'm going to try this. And hey, good morning, Peggy. She's popping in. She's going to ooh, fun. Are you looking for anything in particular? And I don't have a lot of confidence in that area. So I said, Mom, look, I'm working on a cat. This is the eye. And she says, well, where's the cat? I said, well, the cat's not there yet. The cat's not there yet. It's just the eye. That's an eye. Okay, if you say so. So the kitty needs more work. So Mom and I went to a place called Johnson's Corner Market. It was hotter. Oh my gosh. It was like 94, 97 degrees. I don't know. It was hot. I don't do well in the heat. And of course, I had the wheelchair for her. And okay, so now look, see what I didn't think about? And I cut that off. Now this would come out like that. I don't want that out. I want it to glue back here, but I want it to also be a pocket. So I just messed myself up. Yeah, she is. Thank you, Brenda. Actually, she's snoozing right now, but okay, so I can't glue this whole thing down. I've got to mark it somehow. Right there's where I want it. Okay, so you got to be aware when you make these silly decisions, guys. You got to make sure you know what you're doing, and I clearly do not. And so Mom has some memory issues, right? So she didn't remember doing the whole store. I said, yes, Mom, we did the whole store. And she wanted to go around again. Lori, can you just glue the envelope flap down out of the other one? I can, but I want this one here. I want this one to come this way. So I'm not sure that I want that extra bulk over there. Yeah, so I'm going to just glue the tip of it in because I'm going to be adding paper. So that will, even if it doesn't feel real secure. But see, what is the sense of doing that if I glue it that way? Now that I think about it, if I glue it this way, things like cut this back. See, I was trying to make it easier to get into these pockets. Sometimes, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, if you're working with envelopes and making pockets, especially the business reply, if you don't trim them back or if they're not cut out like this, you have a hard time getting in there. So I want to be able to use this pocket. So let's do this. And I know I want this one here, because I want this to be a flip out. Good morning, Teresa. And this I want to glue down. So let's glue this down. Boy, I'm having a hard time getting my glue to come out here. What was I telling you? Mom and I went to Johnson's. There was a reason I was telling you this. Oh, I bought a bag. I bought this really cool bag. It's huge. It's a tote. And I don't need another bag. But it's got two pockets on the front, a pocket on both ends. I told Kathy, Calico Kate, what it measured. And it's big. I mean, the handle drop, just show, it's got big handles, like you could throw it over your shoulder, was like 12.5 inches. And I think it measures like 16 by 17 by 16 or something like that. It's a good sized bag. And it's got a zipper thing in the back, a zipper thing on the outside back. And it's made from recycled military tent fabric. It is so cool. Hey, Sophia. 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 See, now I'm forgetting how to say your name. Sophia. You could tell me if I've got it wrong. Gosh, I should remember that. And Then I looked inside the bag, and it's got a crossbody strap you can hook on it. And the price wasn't bad. The price was, okay, $35, all right? They had 8-inch fruit pies at this place for $18.95. We're talking like four slices, okay? So compared to the price of the pie, I was right. Sophia. Okay, great. I thought I had it right. And I'm so sorry to say, my bonus grandbaby, my second one, I'm pretty sure that's how they say her name, but they don't spell it like you do. Anyway, a quart of strawberries was $9. Okay? So the strawberries, you eat them, they're gone. The pie, if you should happen to be crazy enough to buy one at $18.95, you eat that and it's gone. 35, they can bury me with this bag. It'll still be okay. So I come home and I asked my husband if he would get the stuff out of the car for me, and he said, fine. So, good morning, Becky. So he goes and he gets the stuff out of the car, and he says, God love him. He's really a good guy. He says, "You bought a bag? You bought a bag for that price? You really need another bag?" And I just wasn't quick enough to think. I should have said, and not in a smart tone, I just should have said, well, hon, do you really need another? Because he just went and bought 2 big fern plants. I could have said, well, hon, yeah. Did you really need 2 more plants that are going to die? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, girls? Hey, Chris. Did Chris come in? I thought I saw Chris. Or was somebody talking about our Chris? Is Chris here? Anywho, the bag's so cool. And the thing of it is, I've learned, I'm old enough to have learned, when you see something like that, you're not going to see it again. You're just not. I can put all kinds of stuff in this bag, girls. I'm telling you, I can. All right, so putting a little more glue here. I must have missed. All right, so now I have my flip out. Hi, Chris. Okay. And then I want this one on the front. And I'm going to center that. Oh, maybe hubby's home. Add some glue here. Hi, hon. All right, so I've got this. And then we've got a little pocket here. And this with the pocket here. I can add pages here. This flips out. Pocket here. Now, one of these I want to make so it would be that one. Now I do have, oh, look, I've got this one left. I think I wanted to add it here. And I want to have one where I open the top where I can slip a tag down in. So this might be the best for that. And wouldn't it be cool if I slipped it in and left that window open and we can see whatever image, would poke through. Ow, just cracked my wrist. All right, so and then that can be a pocket. And now I don't want to scoot that down too terribly far because I want it to fold properly. So if I push it all the way, Yeah, that's just going to be a little too far. So I need to zhuzh this back. That's the word I like, Brenda. Zhuzh. And I don't know how to spell it. How do you spell zhuzh? Oops, my fingers keep knocking it. I want to make a line so I know where to put my glue. It keeps leaving my... Honey, you left the door open. Hon? I think Hon's gone. Girls, how do I have two lines? I guess I was going to put it over here and it didn't work. Okay. So I need quite a bit of glue here. It's a beautiful day here, but it is a little cool. And when you sit and, work on something, you tend to get a little cooler sitting still, right? Now, probably what I should have done was pull out some companion paper that might work with this paper pack that I picked out. This needs to go up a little bit. Up and out. All right. It smells so nice, right, when the cool air breezes in and feels so good. Of course, Mom's always cold. She'll say, "Is it me?" And I'll say, "Yeah, it's you. It's you, Mom." But it's okay. All right. Okay, so now I don't want to trim the top of this one off because that's where I cut into that envelope to make just a part of a pocket, right? And I'm wondering, so this is the paper pack. For those of you who've just come in, I'm going to work with Stamperia Romantic Collection of, it's called Garden of Promises. And of course, this is not quite large enough. So I'm wondering if some book paper so what I'm thinking is, and that's not quite big enough there either, is that? Okay, let's see. See if this is a little bigger. As usual, I have a plethora of things available to me, sitting right by my desk. This is a little larger. Let's see if I can sneak this in. I don't know if this is a Reader's Digest or not. Doesn't really matter. I think it's bigger. All right, so that's just a smidge too big. I'm getting some good scores on these words today. All right, let's pop this back where it was. So I need to trim a little bit, and of course I don't need it this wide. And I'm going to go get my coffee out of the fridge. I keep it in the fridge because even if I put alcohol in, I guess I don't put enough. I don't know. You'll be frying eggs on the cement? Oh, Barbara, enjoy. And, oh, see, now I've got the striping. My light is so, what has changed? Can you guys see the shadow? I thought it was fine, and then all of a sudden, I haven't changed anything. And they're just adjusted a little bit. Huh. Okay. I'm going to go get my coffee mix. You see the shadows? Yeah, right, Brenda. It looks like it's through a blind. But it wasn't before, right, girls? It just started, right? Oh, okay, Brenda. Thank you. All right, let me just go grab that out of the fridge. I was thinking I wasn't going to use it, but I changed my mind. Okay, well, that was a chore. I don't know. I've got the mealworms out. Still no bluebirds. Last year, I put the. Of course, it was later in the season. I put the mealworms out, and within a couple days, bluebirds were all over my feeder. Not yet. I don't know. I guess they stopped off for a holiday or something. I don't know. Okay, so we just put. I take instant coffee and put it in boiling water. I make it pretty dark. And that's because that's how I like it. That's how I like it. All right, so I want to be able to put this in here. It was a chore finding my coffee because right now we've just got so much stuff in the fridge. I don't know. Do you ever go in it goes in cycles? Like your fridge either looks like it's empty or it's like you can't put another thing in there. I don't know. It's crazy. Now I'm doing this because my paper pack that I want to use is not this long. How long is this? Probably 9 inches. Oh yeah, business replies are 9 inches, and my paper is only 8. So rather than fiddling around with the inside of this pocket, I'm going to paint some of the coffee on here. Wait till I tell you the other dumb thing I did. So I've been whining and complaining about this paper trimmer I have, right? And I want to replace it. So I finally looked on Amazon. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. So, oh yeah, I gotta trim the top of that off. So I finally look on Amazon, and I look, and I look, and I look, and I decide which one I want to get. I don't want to spend a ton of money. I have a huge paper trimmer. I just want a little one to keep by my workstation here, and I don't want to buy blades. You know, I had this kind. Hey, Andrea, good morning. I have had a Fisker one. Actually, I think I still have it. you know, where the blade runs back and forth, but I was buying blades all the time. Of course, I was doing a lot more paper stuff back then, but even still, I don't want to be buying blades. So I want the guillotine type. So I look, I'm very excited. I decide on one, very reasonable. Didn't have any reviews, but you know, it looked okay. Looked just fine. Okay, that's a little too long still. And it comes. I'm so excited. I unwrap it and I go to cut something, and it's got, you know, A6, A4. It doesn't have didn't have A2. And I thought, well, that, you know, okay. I don't really even know what that is. That's fine. So I go to cut something. It's too far. It's got no inches. Hey, Barbie. Good morning. It's got no inches on it. No inches. Centimeters. 12 centimeters. I don't do math. I'm just terrible at it. I'm terrible at it. And I just cannot see me every time I want to cut something to stop and have to figure out what size I have to cut it. Or look it up or look at a chart or, yeah, no. So that's going back. I picked out another one. Now, of course, I didn't put my lid back on. It's just, I just didn't think that that would even be an option on Amazon, that you could buy one that just only had centimeters. I don't know. I guess that's just crazy to me, but all right. So all I do is take some boiling water, dump in some coffee, instant coffee. You can get it at the dollar store, you know. Don't pay a lot for it because you're just gonna art with it, right? I just want to take this color back a little bit. This is going to be the inside of a pocket. And I'm going to paint this and let it dry so that when I'm ready to glue it in, it's hopefully will be ready. And I'm going to glue that side down. So now, advice that I would give you when you're doing any kind of scrapbook paper project is look through your paper pack, decide what you're going to use for your cover, and put that paper aside. Put that piece of paper aside, because inevitably, if you don't do that, you're going to end up whacking it up for something else, and then you go to find your cover sheet and it's gone, baby, gone. So I want to make this my cover. Now this is, as you can see, a smaller business reply. So it's probably a six incher, I guess. So let me see what I think I might like to use. Actually, I'm thinking about the plain. I love green. I'm thinking about that plain green and then popping some other stuff on top. The reality is I'm probably not going to use this, or if I do use it, I'm going to chop that up pretty good. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice that last time. First time through. So if I start with this, I wonder if I could just fold that right over. It was silly kind of to cut that divot, wasn't it? All right, so let's measure. Once again, I've got too many things on my little small desk. All right, so this is 7 7.25. It looks like 7.25. Seven and a quarter by 4. Yeah, math not only gives me a headache, it also gives me stress. Stress. All right, so I want the design. And I get this twisted around so many times. I think I want the design this way. So I need a 4-inch. I was thinking about bending that around though, wasn't I? So this is 8 and I want 7.25, so I have to cut 3/4 off. 3/4 off this way. Right? Becky says, just ordered an S crochet hook from Amazon and a couple things off my wish list to get free shipping. I look like I look like I was buffering there for a second. All right, so this is the inch. So this has got to be the 3/4, right? I don't want to cut it too short. Believe me, I have done this so many times and messed up. This is only 6 inches. So I want to make sure I'm heading in the right direction. I might have looked at it wrong. It looks like a 1/2 inch. Ooh, I'm glad I did that. Okay. And you know what? It's not a tragedy if I did that. But I do try not to embarrass myself while I am streaming, although it does happen quite frequently. All right, so this should be 4 inches. So now I am going to score this so that I have a nice fold, and I'm going to see if I can wrap it around and what that might look like. Sounds like Mom is awake. Whoops. Sorry, girls. Sorry. And Raul, you're still here. All right, so 8-inch paper. I should be able to easily score this at 4 inches without having it be a problem. And if you're not used to scoring paper, not all paper is created equal. This is scrapbook paper, which is really like it's cardstock. This kind is cardstock. There is scrapbook paper that's not as heavy, And if you score that and you're too heavy-handed, you'll tear right on through it. See, that makes a nice edge, doesn't it? Okay, so now here, I want this to come back to my little gray shack in. She's not well. Guess I should measure that, right? Instead of fiddling around with the, what did I do with a little? I need a little measure instrument. Something small. So I want it to be 3 1/4. I hope I'm not hurting anybody's brain. Yeah, I'm not sure. Am I correct if I say an S crochet hook is real big, Becky? Is it real large? Now I'm going to save all these little bits because I don't know if I'm going to need them. And of course, I measured incorrectly, and that's too short. But that's okay. It's all right because I can put another piece here. Or I could put some lace or some trim or something. Doesn't matter if I dinked it out there. A dinked, a dinked, a dinked, a dinked, a dinked. And this is coming over the edge just a little bit, and I can easily trim that. All right, so that's what I'm thinking is going to be my front. And now let's see what else I can maybe fussy cut out of here. She's adorable. I'm thinking maybe something on the front cover. I could make a pocket. I could do one of these on the front. Put some lace. Look at this. This is cute. See, I love that too. Thanks for sharing, Flo. 20 millimeters. Okay, wow. I've got a big hook. I think mine, but it's not marked, but I thought for some reason it was a 19, but maybe they don't come in every number. Like, you know, maybe it's just evens. Hi, Sherry. All right. It's hard to just get a feel, isn't it? Unless you just start doing it. Oh, he's killing me. He keeps coming out here and leaving this door open. I'm freezing. See, that would make a lovely pocket on the front. Hi, Annette. Thank you for popping in to say hi. Very nice to see you. Okay, I'm going to... Now, this is the front cover. And when I cut this bottom off, I'm still going to have a pretty nice piece of paper. So I'm going to go this way. And this is a wider piece, so I think this might work. Just got a little bit of that www down there. I'm just not happy about that. And that'll make a nice little pocket. Now I've got to be careful because I have to trim this. I'm not sure I want to trim it until I glue it. I'm going to trim it this way. Just as a reminder, those of you that are here in chat, if there's anything you want to ask me or need for me to see, caps is a great way to do that. And I try my best to catch what you need me to see. Look at this, guys. What if I only glue that back part on? This can be another flip out. Ah, flip out. Boom, 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 boom. It's just never ending. We had a lady lose a cat in our neighborhood just recently. My husband went out in the morning and walked around the cars. In the front of the car, like you pull into our driveway, we have a garage. Our garage door is here. We pull in this way. And he thought, what is this on the ground? Here it was an animal's collar. We didn't know if it was a small dog, or I thought dog, because I just don't think about cats that wear a collar, being outside. And it had a little bell on it, but it had no information. And so he was out working in the yard, and this lady was walking up and down the street. She does have a dog, and she had the dog in the stroller. And she stopped and said, "Did you see a cat here? Her Siamese cat got away from her." And he said, "No, but let me show you this." And he showed her the collar, and she said, "Oh my, that's her collar." So I've been thinking about her for days and days and days. And one of our other neighbors saw her recently, and she did find her. The cat was out in the woods behind our homes here. Okay, so I'm thinking a little piece of lace, and I could really use this as a tuck spot if I only put if I only glue, two sides. So I am again going to make a little dink here. Now, for those of you who may have come in after I started jabbering, I have no set plan. I know in my head some stuff I want to do, and that I wanted to use my paper pad from Stamperia. That's 8x8. And I wanted to use business reply envelopes. But other than that, I'm kind of just, thinking and working as I go along. So this is an oxide. It's gathered twig, and I think the color might be a little nicer with this paper pack. We'll just see. I think I'm going to use a combo of colors. And I want to ink this before I would glue it down. And I might do what I call, and I don't know if anybody else calls it this, sometimes I double ink. And because this is a really nice green, I might try my peeled paint to ink around the edges of my piece here. Let's see if I can find a green Inka-Dinka sheet here, a little Inka-Dinka. Yeah, this is more green. It's kind of blue-green, but let's see. Oh, this is better. So I'll take this little guy off. So I'm missing a sad story about, I don't know, I guess a cat. Yeah, somebody said they saw coyotes around here. It's just really hard for me to believe that. My neighbor believes everything, but I mean, I guess, you know, what? I'm not saying somebody would lie about that, but holy smokes. We're in Jersey. I'm not up in the mountains or anything. I'm like an hour from the shore, different shore points. All right. So this is the peeled paint. This is the distressed ink. The first one I used was an oxide. This one's an oxide. And I think I want to bring, you wouldn't be surprised, Gail? I don't know. My family has camped in Jersey. That's what we did for vacations, you know, growing up. And we were right in the woods, stayed right in the woods. Now we saw a black bear. But gosh, we never saw anything like a coyote. Although they would say sometimes mountain lions, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's just very hard for me to believe. Okay, now I'm going to ink this side as well. Now, of course, the inking takes time, and some of you, if you do this kind of thing, you may not like the way it looks inked, and you'd like it brighter. Well, that's true too, Gail. It's much different when we were kids. But I'd be more apt to think that was possible. But everything is just so much more grown up. Not grown up. Developed and stuff now than it was when I was young, because I'm an oldie. I'm an oldie. All right, now I'm just wondering if I want to put some of that brown around the edge as well. Let's do it on the inside and see how it looks. This is what oh yeah, I like that. This is what I mean by double ink. So I inked the first time, and I brought, I don't know if you can you see that there? I brought it in, you know, not real far, but further than I'm going to bring in this brown. The brown, I'm just going to lightly put it around the edge. This is a double. Not a double wide, but a double ink. The humans are encroaching. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I still have time. I was complaining about when I used my mouse here, and this thing would pop up in front of my view, and I couldn't see chat. Well, I moved the toolbar so I don't do that anymore. But now I have to get used to looking for the time on the left-hand side of my screen rather than at the bottom. All right, so now I'm not opposed to also, I'm not zeroed in on just using this paper pack. I'm, open to using whatever I might have at my um, in my stash or whatever. So I'm wondering if I have a Timmy flower or something that I can put up here, and then I can put a word or something. So let's just see if I have something that'll work. Because if I want to tuck something down behind this pocket that I'm making, I really want to do that now. You can do it after the fact, but it's just a little more fiddly, isn't it? So let's just say, I don't think I want a butterfly. What I really would like would be to have one of my rub-ons, which I still haven't figured out where I put those. Okay? And I bought a new stamp that Kathy Berg and Colleen CK Art enabled me to buy. And I don't know where I put that either. My mom and I saw the cutest stuffed animals the other day. Oh my gosh. If I didn't have my shower gift from my friend Betsy, I would have probably bought one. Or if I was headed over to the UK to see my bonus grandbabies, I would have bought one. They had like sand or something in their bottoms, so they were bottom heavy, and they were so soft. Oh my gosh, they were so stinking cute. That one I think is a possibility. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. Feel free. Hey, Judy. Hi. Judy said, I live in central Illinois. I have seen cougars, mountain lions, bobcats, coyotes, and even wolves in your neighborhood. Oh my goodness. You just have to be hyper aware if you go out at night and don't leave the garage open. Yeah, I guess, or any garbage or trash out, and don't leave your pets out alone. Hui. Oh, look at this one. Maybe that's too much. All right, I'm going to give you choices in a minute. So get front and center so I can get your opinion. All right, I think 3 choices is enough. Now, I'm going to take this a step further. And I'm going to get out my embossing powder because I want to emboss what I'm going to stick behind this pocket. Okay? I want to do it because I love the way that looks. And if I knew where my embossed things were, actually, I wonder if they're right here. Struggle. This is where I'm a struggle because I keep popping things in different places, thinking I'll remember where I put them. Now I think these are mostly my die cuts. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, bummer. That would have been so cool. Because I have those Tim Holtz, oh, what do you call them? Elements or something like that. I've got a little, that's not little. I keep saying little. I've got a house dresser. I just love them. And I keep rolling over the hem. I'm getting stuck. Everything that I really like, I usually pop. I have a little area next to me where I pop like my favorite things and things that I use frequently. So it's almost like a card file, like a filing cabinet. And I'm wondering if I pop them here somewhere, which would just absolutely be delightful if I did. But I don't think I did. All right, get ready to make a decision. Help me make a decision, girls and boys. I don't know if Raul's still around. He's a busy guy. Okay, this is the choices. I know, right, Flo? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put this pocket, but I want some kind of flowery thing behind it. I'm going to ink it. So this is choice 1. I could really leave that stick up because I have room. So I've got pink roses, and then it looks like some type of a daisy. Or I can do a single rose. Or I can do this mishmash. I don't even know what all this is. I'm not sure how I would put this one in there. I don't think that one's... Let's take this one away. I'm not crazy about this one. So the single rose, or the roses with the daisies. Good morning, Kathy. About mist cleaning. About... I missed what Kat said. All right, does anybody have an opinion? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Single rose. Brenda, you got it. I was leaning towards the single rose myself. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of this color on here. And then I'm going to get messy. Because I don't want that bright white staring back at me. All right, I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to take these and pop them back in the envelope. A little pencil case that I have them in. And then I'm going to take a piece of scrap type paper, you know, like not scrap paper, like junk paper. And I think I'm going to try the water because it just would be more convenient. I'm going to spritz this with water. I'm going to put down some embossing powder, some clear embossing powder. So like Tim Holtz calls it a glaze. And if I can grab my embossing tray of goodies. I just tried something else that might look good in this little project. Some of my colored doilies, my paper doilies. It might be nice. All right. So I'm going to try to finish the front cover almost totally while I have the ideas working in my head. Now I have a clear fine, which would work well, but I also have these Tim Holtz glazes. Now that honey is a little crazy. It really doesn't come out that bright, but I think I want the, tattered rose would be nice. Or I have the, yeah, I think I'm going to do the antique linen. And these are transparent. Thanks, Kathy. These are transparent, not opaque. If you're familiar with embossing, and you might be thinking, oh, she's going to cover that up and you won't be able to see the rose. We'll be able to see right through it. Really? Oh, Brenda, I have to write that down. I don't know any of the Seth products. It's probably a good thing that I don't, but that sounds very interesting to me. Let's make a note, shall we? Seth Aptler. Is that how you spell his name? Seth, A-P-T. Is it well, it'll come up. Apter. And you're calling it beeswax glaze. Per Brenda. Gives things a textured aged look. And do you heat that up once you, like, tell us a little more. Is it like an actual beeswax where you rub it on like a polish kind of a thing, like a buffing polish, and then do you heat it, or does it just stay like, inquiring minds want to know? All right, so I'm going to try this. I have tried water before. It's worked a little bit, not on this kind of a surface. So I'm just going to see. Partially because I put the the inky stuff on there, and I think if I put and paint on the goopy stuff to make the embossing powder stick, I think it's going to smear it. It's a powder, and you use it like embossing powder on a heat gun. Cool. Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. All right, so I'm going to just do spritz, 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 spritz. And if this gets heavier in places, I think I'm going to just be okay with it. Got me a little bowl of it there. Picked up a little bit of water. Now we're going to put this back in. I might have to heat my paper because that'll be all sticky. I use Versamark pad to make it sticky. Yeah, I have that, but I didn't have any goop on it. So I have some of the Versamark goop here, but I don't know if I have the right stuff. See, out of sight, out of mind for me. All right. Let's see if I can do this without having to. Some of it's going to be tucked under my little thing there. So I'm going to run my heat gun for a few seconds to warm it up, and then I'm going to apply it to this and see if we can see it go. Oh, you can't see. I just looked up. I was so busy watching this, what I was doing. Couldn't really see it. Now it could have been better because I could have brushed um, some of the normal stuff you would use on. But it's kind of cool because it looks old and antiquish and not perfect. So I kind of like that. I kind of like it. All right, so I've decided now not to glue this down and to have this as a tip out. So I need to ink this as well. So let me get this back. See, all this takes time, but a lot of it, the time aspect of it is not having a definite plan or following directions and just kind of being a free spirit and do whatever you want. Following directions and somebody else's project is fun and great, but sometimes, you didn't think ahead and you didn't prepare to do that. So you just want to get started on something, you know, like me. Now you can also ink inside too. You don't have to just ink around the edges. So we've got a little bit of a pattern layout kind of happening here. So I'm going to just ink around some of these little images we got going on in here. So see, already that looks a lot better to me. You have to do, what you like on your project. So I want to get this on here as best that I can. Now when I do that, I'm going to be able to use that pocket. Yeah. So I'm going to use my tape gun, my tape runner gun. Haven't used this in a long, long time. And I've had this glue tape in the box for a long time. So I think I'm just gonna, that could be another pocket. I had two. I don't know what I do with the second one. I might have sent it to Goodwill because I wasn't using it anymore. I didn't need to. When I was all gung-ho when I first started my scrapbook paper journey. I thought I would have to have two. And it was convenient to have the real narrow one. See, every time I turn around, I'm thinking of something else to do. So if I just glue this here, I can make that another pocket. And I don't have to use it, but if I glue it down, I don't have an option. If I glue it all the way down, I don't have the option, right? So I might as well Now I'm trying to be thoughtful about all these spaces where I just find that if you don't put some color on the white, it just, you know, you're flipping through your book when you're all done, whatever you're making, and then it just sticks out like a sore thumb. I can glue something in there. Sorry, guys, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I was thinking about putting some lace here, wasn't I? I can always tuck a piece of cardstock in there if I want. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it like I'm going to have a pocket. So I'm going to put glue down the two sides and across the bottom, and then I can make a tag to go in there if I want. I like things that stick out the top, so wouldn't a tag be fun with some tassels or a, you know, a flag, like a paperclip flag, or, you know, the top of your tag having all fluffy stuff in it. Yummy strings and threads and fibers. Okay, this is where life gets tricky. And you hope you zhuzh it right. Gosh, that embossing powder dust really does go and get everywhere. Okay, it's not perfect, but it will be okay. Now, I'm actually thinking about, oh, thanks, Aunt Beck. I'm thinking about putting some kind of a tablet here. Cut some paper and a tablet. So now this is still going to be our front. And I want to put this here. And I'm thinking about making it, I was thinking about making it just a little quarter pocket here. Let's put that there like that. So let's get some glue on this guy. Now I could put this in my Xyron and make it a sticker, but it's got a nice big surface, and the Xyron tape, you know, is more expensive. So that's something you want to kind of keep in the back of your mind as you use your supplies, because your liquid glue, although I'm using golden matte medium in here, but you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you just want to be aware. Hey, Jilly, is Jilly here? Hi, Jilly, how are you? My grandson must be getting big. I know mine are. I'm gonna get a little baby wipe. I guess I should call this something else instead of a baby wipe. Sop up some of that extra glue that might have squished. Now, let's see what I've got sitting here waiting to be used. Now, this is the front. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. That might be bothersome to use it as in the pocket, right? Use it as the pocket. Wow, 10 months old already. Phew. I'm sure he's very snuggly and delightful. My grandson was just 5, and my granddaughter just turned 8. She's quite the authority on everything. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of liking that layout. See, I do want to cover this down here because I've got just a little bit of that web address. What did I do with my... I just said, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Oh, Lori, I've got some. Now I would cut one to match this paper pad. But what if maybe I could put a tab. It sure does. Time passages. Let's see if I could do it this way. That might look cute. Okay. So you got to think ahead, because if you want to put anything in, I was thinking about putting in a couple of brads. But if I do that, then whatever I slip in the pocket might get snagged up or snared, get caught up on that. So I think I would like the way that looks, but I want it to be able to pop something in the pocket easily. I'm just thinking about I think I want to ink something here too. See how this is quite cute, but it's kind of a blank space. Oh, look at that side. Isn't that cute? Oh, do you like that side better? Let's see what that looks like inked. Oh, I think I might be glad I flipped that over. I think I might want that a little more contrasted on the bottom. What do you think about that? Let's get out some of the tomato paste. Let's see. I just saw the tomato paste sitting here. I need a piece of, oh, I know. I just pulled this out. This is what my AGT tape was wrapped around. Let's take a little bit of this. Now this product is, look at it, it's all coming out. A Stamperia product. And I saw Xena use this. It's been some time ago now, and I had never seen it before. I guess I should store it upright maybe because it's kind of gooping out. It's kind of gooping out right around here. It's gooping. Can you see that? Gooping and dripping. Look up there. See, it's gooping. It's called Vintage Antiquing Paste. Now, Xena has quite the hand. She maneuvers that quite well and brushes, rubs it in. It looks really great. I'm a little heavy-handed, I have to say. Let's do a practice. But I'm thinking, you know how we always talk about contrast when we're coloring and painting and doing things like that? I'm thinking of contrast, a really deeper contrast down at the bottom of this might be nice. And then just deepen those edges a little bit. I think I am liking this side of the card stock better. I think I'm going to do that. Boy, this is leaking all over. It's like little boogers. Actually, it's not runny. It's just yucky. It's just yucky stuff. Okay. So I'm going to pop my card down. See, now I don't have to worry about that partial www.stamperia. Does anybody know how they do say it? Do they say Stamperia or Stamperia? Is Tanya still traveling? Does anybody know that either? I'm wondering if Tanya's back and if she, I gotta say I'm somewhat distracted with things going on with my mom, and I'm not as focused as maybe I should be here. A few different ways, Gail. I just remember Doris when they were open and I would go there and look for some products. I always thought it was Darius, and then I called to ask a question. They answered the phone, Doris. I would never have known. I would not have known that. I guess I could have popped that. Oh, oh, I don't need it now. I don't need to. Oh, whew. I just made myself a. Whew. All right, I think in here I might have. Now hold the phone, girls. Instead of using that lace, maybe I have. This is kind of too fancy schmance, I think, for that. I have somewhere. Whoa. Craft a lunch in my goodie bin. Honey, could you pull that shut for me when you... Thank you. Everything gets buried. I have cute little appliques like, I know I have a butterfly or something. I was thinking a little butterfly or something might be. Yeah, just the aging process, Jilly. She's got some short-term memory issues. I mean, she's very healthy. She moves around very well. She knows who all of us are, which is wonderful. She's has a little trouble with some of the grands that she doesn't see regularly, you know, which kind of makes sense. But really, it's the short-term memory thing that's the struggle. That would need, well, it looks better down there. See, this is why projects like this can take so long, because you start thinking about different things that you have that might work, and then you want to try them out before you start, gluing stuff down. Look at this cool piece of yummy stuff. Oh my. Too many choices. And it doesn't have to be set in stone today. I can always add. Look at this little piece of goodness. This is where you keep all this jazz, right? Okay, no, so I wouldn't use all of this stuff, but I'm just wondering what I do want to use. That kind of anchors the bottom if I do the dark bit on the bottom. This might be a little too heavy. I might want to do a little piece of maybe tissue paper or something there. I don't know. Anybody, any thoughts? This is cool stuff. Kind of like that. That has a flower on it. I'm not too sure I want to use that. Oh, thanks, Jilly. Yeah, it's a lot because she's scared and she can't explain how she feels. And of course, she has no memory of what she just did. Like last night, she didn't want what we were having for dinner, which was fine. Told her she could have. Oh, here, look, here's a piece of tea bag. Told her she could have what she wanted. She loves cereal. So she wanted a bowl of cereal. So we said fine. Got her the bowl of cereal. And then 10 minutes after she had eaten, she says, gosh, she's so cute. She said, geez, is anybody else getting hungry? I said, Mom, you just had some cereal. She said, I did? I said, yeah. She said, well, when did I have cereal? I said, about 10 minutes ago. Well, why am I so hungry? I said, well, there's not much to cereal, first of all. I said, and you didn't have much to eat today. Oh, well, I'm hungry. Could I have another bowl of cereal? I said, of course. And so, it's that kind of stuff. So we're seeing the doctor tomorrow. And we think some of her anxiousness might be some medicine that, we've been working with, and maybe it's just not a good fit for her. So we'll check that out tomorrow. Yeah. She's 92. So gotta expect some of this jazz, right? So I'm thinking I kind of like this piece of sari. And maybe I can wrap that around like that. I should really probably iron that. So maybe that's what I'll do, because I kind of like how that looks. And I might add this to the bottom. So that's the plan for right now. I don't want to, I unplugged my iron, so I don't want to stop and do that. Okay, so this will be my front, and then I'll probably find some kind of a word or something to be able to cut out. So now we've got this inside, and I want to be able to put a tag here. And this is what I was going to glue in here. So that will be for there. And I need a piece of something to go inside of here. I don't want to see that white. And something that, of course, works with this, which, could be anything in the paper pack, really. I've got some plain stuff, and that's where all my little tags and whatnot. I could do the brown of the same. Oh, that's right. I have this dotted stuff. I really do like this dotted stuff. Let's see what's on the other side of this. It looks kind of nice. It looks pretty too. What about this, guys? What if I put a little coffee under here, just to take the shock of the white away, and I tear this edge to come over here, and I have that come to about there. So it'll cover that. Let's tear it first before I cut. All right, so I'm going to tear it back away from me, because I don't really want that white. You know how when you tear, you get the white like this. Yeah, I don't want that. That's hard to ink and cover up. So, I want this part. I don't so much want that part, so I can trim that away. And if I bring this over, I don't want to, mess around with that. So I don't want it to come in too far. So I'm thinking, of course, I put my pencil back, being the neat little artisan that I am. And I want that to be able to fold. So there's my fold line. I could try it. I don't want to get it too close up. I could try that. Okay, keep burying my cutter. Do you guys ever have this where you go to Amazon and you go to order something and it says, if you order in the next 7 hours and 46 minutes, you will have this tomorrow. And you do it and you don't get it tomorrow. What is that about? What is it about? I find that annoying. Now I want to be able to use that pocket too, so maybe I should do it there. Tear, tear. Here comes Mama. Hello, Mama.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm online with my.
Online.
Yeah, I'm on fine. You want to say hi to the girls? Just say hi, girls.
Hi, girl.
Mama's up from her nap and she's taking a walk, checking things out. If you're hungry, Mom, grab Ron. If you're hungry, grab Ron, and he can help you if you need help getting
Oh,
something.
here he is. He wasn't there.
Yeah, just be careful.
Out back, if that's where you're headed.
Yeah, it's too cool out for you.
It's not bad out front.
Yeah, just watch. She hops over that ledge there. Okay, she'll go get something to eat. I'm gonna tear that bottom. Now, we've got to be careful with gluing because I can glue here and I want to glue here and here, but I don't want to glue anything there because I want to be able to use that pocket. So let's get my brush back out here. I'm going to put a little bit of that coffee I have mixed up. I'm not going to really soak my brush too much. Just think this might be easier than trying to get in there with a blending tool. Okay. Now that shouldn't take too terribly long to dry, but I'll check it in a minute. I can go ahead and ink this, but I think what I want to try to do, I don't know that it matters. This is what happens when you change your mind. You know, you cut things. Okay, Gail, have a great afternoon. Thanks for being here, Gail. I'm going to make a little mark here where I have that first little divot and put this divot hopefully in the same divot, I should say, not divot, same spot. I'll go back to this gathered twig oxide. I'm starting to get hungry. Oh, it is. It's 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little hungry. A little hungry. Well, I might just get this first. Now, I'm really trying to make this quite dark here. I'm getting crumblies. I'm getting crumblies from my boy. I push these to the limit, these little blending sponges. I think if I am careful, I put a line of glue here. Maybe I should put a little protection under there. Let's see what I have that I can scoot under there and not be afraid of gluing my... It's not quite long enough, but at least I can get my glue on. All right, so I want to glue this little white flap here. And the one at the bottom. And then I'm just gluing the top part of this business reply envelope here because I want it to attach to this paper. And I'm going to put a little bit here. So this will allow me to glue this down, cover all that white, and not glue shut the envelope so that I lose the pocket. Oh, I got to pay attention here. I don't want to. Now, actually, I should be able to tuck a little something under there. It's just fun to have little pockets and tucks, isn't it? And I didn't dry that, but that'll dry because I forgot that quickly. See, and this is the thing. I keep trying to encourage my mom. My mom gets upset when she doesn't remember something. But see, then I do stuff like this. I just said I was going to dry that, and that quick I forgot. And I understand that hers is different. But just try to encourage her so she doesn't feel bad. I can dry from this. Let's dry from this side. Be cool. I need to find some yummy paper that I can put here. And then I need to find something here. You know, that kind of broke down a little bit there from being wet. Not all the time, Kathy. Thank you, but not all the time. It's exhausting at times. And I have a back issue, which, you know, I think I overdid it when I pushed her in the wheelchair the other day. And of course we went around twice. And then I'm telling her the prices of these things, you know, like the price of the pie, the small pie. And see, my dad was the one who we would come home with a pair of jeans and we would say, guess what we pay for this, Dad? Thinking we got a great price, you know, and he'd say $5. I'm like, when's the last time you've been to the store? And she was always like, oh, Jack, you know, it costs more than that, you know. And but now she's that way. So it's like, you know, look at the price of this pie, Mom. And she's like, what? And she screams out loud. Oh my gosh, I was laughing. She just couldn't. I'm like, Mom. Okay, so a tag can go in there. I might be able to slip a little something here. This is going to be a little something there too, don't you think? All right, so now this is still a little damp. Not too bad, not too bad. Now this doesn't have the plastic in it. So I want to make sure I can't, whatever I put here, I can't glue solidly glue because it will stick my pocket together. All right, now I forget what was on the other side of that, but I need to find something that I'm going to like. here. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Should have tore these all apart already. That little girl is darling, but she might be a little, well, maybe no, she's just a little too wide to pop her in there. That looks nice. That might look nice. That might be too much. I don't know. What do you think? Too much writing together? Together forever. All right, this one's a little too much with the clock. I think the clock is a little too wide for that little envelope. That looks lovely. Lovely to look at, delightful to know. Oh, look at the stripe. How about if I take that out of the middle? Heather Doodlebug. Well, oh my gosh. Hi. Oh, thanks, Heather. How you been? It's so nice to see you. I think I kind of like that striped. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so I need it to be actually a little, maybe from this end, because see, then the text isn't right up next to each other, right? I'm giving myself a little wiggle room. So I need it to be, I can cut it here, and I need it to be this wide. God forbid we get out the ruler. Okay, now I got smart and put my cutter over here. All right, so that's my mark, and that's about 4 1/4, which I think is what I said a while ago. And then we'll take this little bit off of the top here. Just a little bit off the top. Of course, we still have a pencil line. And I just want to make sure I can close that nicely. Oh, that's going to look okay. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to ink a little bit down the center. And let's ink across the top so we don't have no surprises, especially if we glue something down and it doesn't get in the right spot. I've glued stuff down and end up with a little bit of a ledge, and I'm like, oh, why don't I ink that first? Now let's ink-a-dink this. Yes, Stamperia has such nice stuff. And it's nice quality. And it's not too thin and it's not too heavy. Like, I like the 49 Market. I really am not super familiar with their things. I just have the one paper pad. It's something purple, I think. Very pretty, but it's so heavy. Which is nice for some stuff, but when you want to use the whole pack on a project, it's really just, you know, it's better for cover. All right, so now this is where I want to be careful and not put any glue in here. So this is paper that was around the replacement tape for my ATG thing. Hey, Marty. Oh, she's got a headache. I'm sorry. Oh, headaches are really not fun. So this is kind of a wax, got a waxy surface. So I just want to protect underneath there if I have any spillage when I squish down my paper. When I do the squish. So I think it might be wise if I maybe use a glue stick. Which I could have been using a glue stick all along. Didn't think of it. Didn't think of it. So I want to really, whoa. I want to get quite a bit on here. So I don't want it to go anywhere. Okay. And this, of course, dries clear. Whoops. Almost did it the wrong way. I wanted that text part out on this edge. Now I've got another surface that I can go ahead and decorate. I could do a belly band. I could just put something pretty down. This is my little flip out. And I want to put some kind of a tablet there, I believe. Just trying to think what kind of paper I might want to put there. I did just find some eco dye, but it's more of a peachy, but it might work there. But it's not really peachy, kind of a yellowy. My husband was deadheading some pink geraniums. I'm going to try to squash those. I forgot. I said to Marty, I did buy some rhubarb. I want to make some rhubarb sauce this afternoon. Oh, Brenda. Oh. Oh, sorry to hear that, Heather. But I wonder if this might be. I don't know. What do you think, guys? That might work okay. All right. So if I want to put a little tablet. This is going to get fat. Now I don't want it, you know, all the way over. It's got to be narrower than if I do 3 inches. I think that'll be good. 3 inches by maybe 6.5. Which again, the other thing I never liked about this paper cutter is that, and I didn't think about it when I purchased it, you know, I wanted something small. It's really not that small. I can't cut 12-inch paper. I can't cut 8-inch paper. It just, so the next one I ordered, it's longer. Narrow and long. I love narrow and long. All right, so 3 inches. Let's just start cutting some of this and make ourselves a little tablet. I always forget to line it up at the bottom. I do not want to lose a nail. See, it's sliding. It's sliding. Let's just test. Did I put it? I left it under here. It could be a little wider, huh? Maybe 3.5. Let's give that a go. 3.5. Let's do a couple sheets at a time because it might be easier to cut a couple of sheets at a time. Let's start from the bottom, I think. 3.5. That should be right there. See, this doesn't lock up either anymore. And I don't want too many papers because I want the book to be able to, you know, close. Struggle. Now I have to trim the bottom as well. These are too long. Oh yeah, I like that better. Okay. That'll be enough, don't you think? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe a couple more. Let's use this. Got this portion. We can do this. I still have a leaf, a petal stuck on it. I could pick it, but I'm going to leave it on now. These are my fails as far as I'm concerned with the paper. Might have been ones that I boiled. I love to boil paper to get the prints of the flowers. Have you ever done that? Leaves and stuff? Oh my gosh. To me, it's such a kick to take it apart and see what you come up with. Even if it's a bust, you know, it's still kind of cool. Now, I know Rosemary, she used to have where you could, she has I guess a tutorial where how she does it, which I'm sure is wonderful. But I never, you know, that you can buy in her Etsy shop. But I haven't looked at that. I'm sure, you know, she doesn't do it the way I did. I just found some stuff online and just kind of, you know, from a couple different people, just kind of winged it. This is too many. She continues. Woo, I did it. Ooh, look at these nice little chunkas. This is going to make a nice little additional journal to pop in somewhere. Maybe not here, but somewhere. Now, I want to attach these probably with, this might be the better top here, with say a couple of brads. But I don't want to have the brads come through because this is my top cover. This is my front cover. So I could stitch it. I could do brads. How would it look if I pop 2 holes, pop the holes through this as well, and then put my thread through and tied it here? And I could leave the threads of the little danglies of my twine down. That might look okay. Marty, I purposely filled my tape runner. What do they call it? Adhesive tape gun or something like that. I purposely loaded the new tape in off camera because I was afraid I would make too much of a mess of it. I hadn't done it in a long time. And then I realized that I'm missing. Use brads, then punch holes in the same paper and cover back of brads? Question mark. Yeah, I thought about that, but if I do that, Brenda, now just let's talk this out. I feel like Regis Philbin on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Let's talk this out. If I pop 2 holes in here and put my brads through here, then I have to glue this here and hope it holds. And, you know, I could, I guess, put a piece of cardstock on there, make it like a tablet. And I could also just glue this. But if I punch a hole through all of it, right through to the front, and then I take some hemp or twine that I have here. Actually, I have some cool stuff over here I could use. Then I can make a nice little bow here, and I could have these danglies. And I think that's what plus I think it would not be as bulky. This has some give to it where the brads don't. I might do the brads somewhere else in the journal. So if I want to do this, do you want to dance? So I get out my chomper, and I'm going to use the smaller side of my thingamabob, and that's way down too deep. So I'm going to adjust. I want to see. Let's do it on the cover. I think that's a good place to come down. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to scoot over and go here. And then I'm going to use this as a template. And mark my spots. I never can get those to come completely out. Isn't it funny? That doesn't, oh, that's because I changed it. I didn't bring it right up to the top. So now I need to find, oh gosh, that's hard to see, Laura. I gotta put the, I gotta try to get it measured because I want both holes to be the same. That's way not right. I might need my other glasses. Okay, I have a hard time figuring out. I do have eyelids, Kathy. How do you think that would, oh boy, Marty, your head might hurt more. I do have eyelids. I don't do good with them. I'm scared. Do you think the eyelids would look good on the front cover? Yeah, it would look okay, right? All right, I got to put my other glasses down. Don't judge me. I'm old and I can't see. Okay, that's, I keep moving my little, I had this thing for years and didn't even know that this thing could move, and it was a measure thing. See, I want it there, right there by the letter N. It's still, oh, that's a smudge. Okay, so I want it to go forward, so I have to back it up one more notch. one notch. And it takes her 3 hours to punch 2 holes. All right, let's see if I know where my eyelets are. That's not them. If I didn't sabotage myself and move them. Usually always right here. Of course, they're not there now. I have a feeling they're in the pile of crap I got sitting here that I don't ever put away. El Crapo. Whoop, 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 whoop. Struggle, struggle, struggle. I've got socks. I wish I could say I'm getting better at this putting stuff away thing, but I'm really not. I just think I am. Okay, if you hear me scream, it's because I just saw a bluebird. I don't see one yet. I'm only going to look a couple more places and then I'm going to have to let it go. I can always pop one in when I find them. Because I'm not going to glue it. I'm just going to tie it. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm trying to remember what I last used the eyelets on. Because they were sitting right there. But that drawer's a little full. All right, let me put my glasses down and make sure I'm looking at the boxes correctly. Yeah, all this stuff is not, they're all brads, it's not eyelets. Boy, that's a good idea though. Oh, wait a minute, I moved the box and didn't realize what was in it. Oh, gosh. Oh, aren't I just the cat's meow? Oh, thanks, Kath. I got him. I got him. All right, let's see. I hope I have. Why this stuff is in my eyelet box, I don't know. Oh, they're brads. I have more. I have another box with all different colors. I was hoping I had, well, I guess I'm going to go with this orangey color because that kind of goes with where they'll poke through rather than the silver. And hopefully I don't tear up my cover. Now I have to figure out how they go in, like the size and how it. Is Snanchi? This is Snanchi. There she is. Hi. How you doing, Ange? All right, let's Oh no, I need this. Okay, wishful thinking, wishful thinking, wishful thinking. Gosh, I don't know if it's going to go through because, well, I guess it doesn't have to, right? I can put this, it doesn't have to go through this because, yeah, and I don't want that. Okay, I just talked myself out of that. All right, get the popcorn, get comfortable, because she's about ready to make a fool of herself. Now that hole is really not big enough. So let's redo. I'm going to break this glass mat someday doing this because I forget and then I whack down. Okay. So this is the way I want it to go. I want it to be scrunchy on the bottom. So this is the tool. So the pokey part has to go down the top, right? Oh, see, I never can squeeze it tight enough. Look, Marty, I did it. It's not perfect, but I did it. Now, how do I? Yeah. Yeah, the one time I had the lock on, right, Marty? Okay, so the pokey thing goes down that way. I think that. Oh no, it hit the floor. I know there's a lock thing. I think I have another one. I don't want to have to look for it on this floor. I haven't been vacuumed in a while. Shocker. I mean, it's not great. You can see where I guess I didn't have the right size. See, it just doesn't give you much room to work in there. Let's see. I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to know the sizes. I feel like that fits better. Huh. Yeah, I think that's the right. I think I can use that side for the pokey thing. But I think I want a different size for this. Oh, look at that one. Oh, yeah, maybe that one. See, because I'll show you. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. See, when I squished this one, let me see if I can get it to focus. It's not doing it. There's a little tiny ridge around there, which you're not supposed to have. So I switched that part. Oh, it went crunch. I felt it go crunch that time. Oh, that looks worse than the other one. Well, it looks very eclectic and rustic. I shall try to do a better job and get your eye next go round. Double your pleasure, double your fun. I'm going to double this thread because this is real thin. I think I took this off of a pair of blinds or something. You know, like for a screen house or something. It's vintage and I love it. Thank you, Marty. I'm going to double it up. Oh, I think hubby's making something to eat. Making some lunch. I'm going to go after this. After I get this here fixed up. I'm threading it. I'm not messing around. She says, with determination in her voice, I'm threading this one. I'm doing a double thread. Oh, Teresa sent me some. Oh, they're in the front room. Teresa, thank you, thank you. She sent me some die cuts, which are just yummy. And she sent me these honkin' big long, we were talking about tatting needles. She sent me these big honkin' long tatting needles. Oh my gosh, they're so great. They're huge. They're huge. You know, I'm wondering if I want to double. Let's go round again. I've got room to go round again. I don't want a loop-de-loop in there. See, I made that nice and long. See, that doesn't look bad. Now, maybe I should loop this under. Just what I need, another project. Start another project. Oh, well, you know, you get ideas in your head and then you got to get them out of your head. There go the breads. I'm probably going to have to fuss around with that bow. I'll trim that. I didn't get that quite right. I like to zhuzh it. See, and I got a double loop-de-loop here, and I can't really see if I cut that. This is when the fingernails aren't really very convenient. Thanks, Kathy. Okay, so if I pull these extra little ends, no. All right, I'll probably put a little dot of glue there. And I'm still thinking about, let's trim this before I get in too much trouble. I'm still thinking I'm going to put this here. And then that'll wrap underneath my tablet papers. You know, I'm going to flatten that out. And then I have that piece of brown trim for the bottom. I think I still want that there. Here. And then I have this. I love these. I have several of these. I'm trying to tat my own, but so far not doing very good. I have to get with Dawn. I can't get mine to lay flat like that. I'm thinking I might put that down there. See, this will be flat. You can't really tell because it needs to be ironed. It's too bunched up. You know, who knows what else. And then, of course, I got to get something to tuck in the pocket. So this is what we did because I need to go get some lunch and see what my mama needs if she needs anything. Okay. So I'll finish that up. I thought about putting that other, but I think that'll be too much now. I think this will be too much here. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that would be too much? Maybe not. I might add that as well. All right, so I glued together several different business reply envelopes. And I decided I would use, well, that's not true. Some are business replies, some are window envelopes. So the two taller ones, I think, ended up being just regular window envelopes. So I decorated the front. This is the Timmy flower cut out, and then we did some embossing powder. I haven't created what I'm going to tuck in there. And then when you open it this way, I've got a tablet of some eco-dye papers. And then this is the back of an envelope. When we open it this way, this is a pocket now. And there's a tag that'll be made to go in there. This is just a little bit of a tuck spot, I think. Well, maybe I glued it all down. I didn't think I did. Yeah, it'll tuck. So I can tuck something in there. Oh, look, see, all of a sudden I've got those stripes again. And then I'll create a tag to go in there. And there's a pocket here. Okay. Thanks, Heather. See, so then this will get covered. And yeah, okay, this will get covered. This, my coffee stains this. This is going to go in here. Then this flips out, pocket, pocket. And I think this is the one I want to trim the top. Should have done that before I put it together. And that can be for another tag. And then I think this is where I might put some additional pages. You know, and then, you know, I got to look at this once I open it all up. So I've got lots left to do. Lots of room, lots of fun. And then I probably will tie it shut with something at the end, like some more sari silk, you know. So maybe we'll work on this. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel tomorrow. I got a doctor's appointment with Mom in the morning early. We have to be out of here real early and over to Pennsylvania to get my sister. And, you know, and until I get back, I'm going to be weary. So I might come on later tomorrow night. I'm not sure. I've been kind of hit and miss on Monday nights, so we'll see. But thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. I didn't want to miss today. Mom was taking a nap, so it was fine. So I'm going to go see what they're doing for lunch. Gosh, I made a mess on my desk, didn't I? I think the lighting was a little better in that I didn't get the sense that my camera was popping. But I'll have a look back on the recording and see how that goes. So I don't know, maybe I, stumbled into a solution for my lighting. It's just dumb luck. All right, everybody, take care. Try to keep in your thoughts and prayers our dear Kellyanne. I think she's still in the hospital. Haven't heard otherwise. And when she popped in, I guess Thursday, she was thinking she might get sprung on Monday. So if you'll keep her in your hearts, please, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. And gosh, I don't know if there's anything else I need to tell you. It's Sunday. Mary will be on later. I know there's some gals on now. Lots to do, right? So I'm going to leave you with that. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And I will see you soon. Have a great afternoon. Bye, guys.